So this is a topic that I wanted to kind of handle for quite a bit of time, um, because I feel like many of the individuals who are gonna kind of watch this video are from a very collective brown culture, and I think we are all forced to kind of know exactly what we're doing, when we should do it, and we are expected to make decisions really fast, and some of us don't even know what we want to do and how we want to do it. And I understand why it is like that, but I don't think I think it's very toxic for our personal growth. I noticed three kinds of students who really rush their university process and like don't end up doing something that they are genuinely into. So the first would be the students who get rejected from like their first round of applications, uh, because like you let yourself down in a way that you basically just lose all sense of self confidence, and you feel like you're behind so many other people because some of your peers are going to leave before you. That's the first kind of student that I've noticed. Second kind of student is the student that doesn't really know too much about universities in the first year, and they apply in the second year of high school, the last year of high school, and they have to take a gap year to go to certain locations. And I've seen people, like for example, like people just refusing to wait like a couple of more months just because they want to rush to uni fast, and they end up going to a completely different location, which I will elaborate about. Third would be the kid that does not know what the kid wants to do with their respective career. And I think all three options are just very normal options, and I don't think anyone should freak out. I actually belong to the second category, where I actually didn't know too much about universities in first year, even though I'm running this channel. Like I want people to know beforehand so that they make better, more conscious choices about what they want to do with their lives. But like it's not made in a motive of expecting people to figure it out right away. I think it's a process for all of us. So with regards to the student that gets rejected in the first round of interviews, interviews and applications, I firstly, like, I don't think students should just put themselves down and kind of be in a rush to go to like the next option that opens up. I think it's okay for you to take a gap year, and this applies to the second type of students too. It's really okay for you to take a gap year. I took a gap year. Some of my very good friends took a gap year, and it was for different reasons. Like in my case, so I'm going to cover like the first and second type of students right away. So in my case, I actually wanted to go to the Australian intake in February because it seemed very much more convenient initially, and I had other stupid reasons that don't matter. But I think I was inspired by my mentor, who got into NYU AD on a full scholarship, and that's when I started like really diving into the different uni options that I have, and I figured that I had to take a gap year. That's my situation, and some people who get rejected from the first round, they think that gap years uh, are things. Basically, gap year is something to be like ashamed of, but I'm so confused. Like, I don't think, like, for me personally, I think taking a gap year was one of the best decisions I've made, because to me, like, I had a really tough time in school. I had a lot of drama going on, and I feel like I wouldn't have had any like good lasting memories in Sri Lanka, like my last final memories in Sri Lanka, if I rushed to uni right after my A2s. I think staying there 1 year and meeting like so many of my friends who are by now my best, one few of my best friends, the people I met at MUN, to different social events, and all those people, like, and all those people I kind of met because I took a gap year. I applied for Common because I took a gap year, and I think things just changed. And for me, I think I'm much more emotionally like like I'm emotionally happier because I took the gap year. And I think when I go to Sri Lanka, I have things to look forward to when I go to Sri Lanka. And I think if I was in my school bubble, if I didn't burst my little Lyceum school bubble, I don't think I would have grown as a person. And I think I have grown as a person. And I think that year really helped with my growth, my personal growth. And I think I approach problems so much better right now after a gap year than before a gap year. So, like, for some people it carves, just like me, for some people it kind of carves out better that they spend an extra year. And when I went to university, I was like 18. I mean, what's like, just like the video topic says, like, what's the rush, right? And with regards to people who get rejected from the first year, I might have repeated this like a couple of times, but I don't think you should feel less than the other person, because sometimes maybe waiting that year and kind of getting to know more about yourself might teach you, like, actually help you make better decisions when you go to uni. And it might be more beneficial in the long run. For example, if you like intern, like for example in my case, like I was going to apply for an economics degree. I interned at like the banking scene, economics and finance, right? Like, so I interned at the banking scene, and I realized that this is not something that I want to do. And I was coding on the side. I was just not on the side per se. I was actually like trying to understand code a bit more. And I realized that I'm actually interested. I actually like, I treat it like a guilty pleasure, because I used to like, because internships back at after high school isn't a big deal, right? So I used to like kind of like let's pause on my work and kind of look at like code here and there. I realized that I'm actually interested in this, so like might as well just pursue computer science. Because I was debating between computer science and economics, and I had the choice of switching between both. And when I went to university, I had a more open mind for computer science. I wasn't narrowing down in economics like I did before my gap year. So I think things like that, right? Like, I think you get to know more about yourself when you have more time. Some people already know, people who leave in the first year. Some people already know. I'm not throwing shade at anyone who's leaving right away. It's as great. My point is that it's as great as leaving after the gap year. I don't think there's too much of difference, really. And I think the cost of 1 year can always be representative benefits. And even if you stay on the same path, I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of, because you can always do so much within that time. And people don't realize it. It's not just like this entire ball game is not just about like studying. It's really not about that. I think it's a college experience, and it's you growing as a person from this point on. And I think we need to step out of that brown box, that the only thing you should be doing is something that is productive in the borders of brown culture and hustle culture, rather. So yeah, I think it's really okay to take some time. And with regards to people who don't know what they're doing, right, like once again, like I think figuring it out is such a lifelong game. Like, I know for sure that I don't want to do software development for the rest of my life, or software engineering for the rest of my life. It's not something I see myself doing 20 years in a row. Right now it seems nice. Where do I transition from this point? I don't know. Project management, program management, product management. I really don't know. Consultancy, like, I don't know. And I think I need to just give myself more time to actually understand what I'm interested in, right? And yeah, like, I think you don't have to have like a very set career path to kind of achieve great things. I think it's okay to experience different things. And even in college, right, like, I think if you ever encounter the need of changing a major, it's better to, like, let's say you're 2 years into your program, and if you want to change your major, I think you should. Like, this could be a hot take, because once again, this is not applicable for every situation, but I think at least you should consider changing your major. Like, for example, like, I had a person who I know this guy who basically did accounting in Waterloo for like 2 years, and then he was like, screw accounting, I'm just gonna do computer science because I think I enjoy solving problems in that domain. And he ended up working for Amazon like 3 years later. So like I think like the real question is, do you want to do something that you absolutely don't like and suffer with like a full-time job and just keep moving in with something that you don't like, or do you want to cost or just burn out just 2 years and just focus on something that you actually like to do? And I think and even if you graduate, like even if you don't know what other majors you're passionate about, I think options and avenues open up, like even later on in life. I think there are certain things that you know deep down in your heart that you're interested in. I think those things deserve your attention, and regardless of what people say about it, I think you should give priority to what you like to do, because that's what's important. So I don't think I think it's really okay to say that you change your mind. And I'm a disciple of Chamat Palihapitiya, and I think just by his words, I think I always believe that it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to take time with figuring it out, and I don't think anyone should be in a rush, because to me I feel like so many opportunities opened up for me because I kind of spent time kind of passing out and understanding what I wanted to do. Um, and I think a lot of friends used to like mock me for like leaving late, and they used to say like, why are you going to Canada so late, and why are you wasting time, etc., etc. But I think there are so many opportunities that open up for me that haven't opened up for them because they haven't really spent time understanding who they are, understanding what they want to do, and understanding how they want to achieve it. I'm not saying it's a sure cut answer, but obviously these questions are things that you need to answer down the line. But the most important thing is that you have the right attitude to answer those questions, and you can't expect those to be answered just by doing things faster than the next person. The comparison game is a difficult game. Do not fall for it. Just run your own clock. I'm not telling you to slack off. I'm not telling you to be lazy on it. I'm telling you that if you ever need more time on something, it's really, really okay, rather than rushing into a decision that you're going to regret for the rest of your life. I hope the message is clear, and let me know if you have any thoughts.